I'm anticipating and eagerly awaiting the return of Manny Paquiao.
Right now.
When you talk about pound for pound, if a fighter moves up out of his natural weight class and can still compete with the best who ever did it.
The greatness which has been personified in Manny Paquiao.
You know, it's not very often that we get to possibly have an opportunity to fight an all-time great.
Mikey Garcia.
Mikey Garcia knows how to time you. To replace timing with speed and be able to make that adjustment in a fight.
And he's showing that he belongs in the moment.
Left hand drops Salido for the second time in round one.
Welcome back, fight fans.
To this day.
Today we once again analyze a future showdown between two of the sport's most talented and recognized stars. A collision between an old legend and a three-division champion hunting for a legacy of his own. Almost a decade separates these men, but their dreams are similar: to retire on top of the sport they love. Luckily for fight fans, their paths will surely intertwine in what will be an incredible clash of different styles and skills. The explosive speed of Paquiao.
Pacquiao's hands are blindingly fast. His hands are so fast, and that's a knockdown for Manny Paquiao.
And the precise technical chaos of Garcia.
What's the way now?
Join us as we break down the highly rumored fight between Manny Pac-Man Paquiao
This fight is going to be a good fight.
and Mikey Garcia.
Boy, can that man box.
If you enjoy our content, click thumbs up, subscribe, and be sure to smash that bell button so you can see more great content when it's ready. Welcome to a Motivedia presentation. Have you ever wanted to be like a pro boxing judge and get paid for your decision? I found a way to do that and make money. I fill out surveys on Opinion Outposts on all kinds of things. So, got something you want? Pay-per-view fees, or a nice meal delivered, or maybe a tattoo of your favorite boxing YouTube channel. This is Pound for Pound, one of the easiest ways to earn cash. You can do it sitting on the back porch enjoying a cold one, during downtime at work, or even while you're surfing YouTube. So get on it, fight fans. Click the link in the description to start making money right now. And a big shout out to Opinion Outpost for sponsoring this video. Last year, Manny Paquiao wound back the clock with a fantastic win over Keith Thurman.
I have pride in being a champion.
Shortly steps in. The fight is over. Keith one-time Thurman.
You say you're going to retire Manny Paquiao the same way he retired Oscar de la Hoya.
You can't handle your speed, son. I met Oscar de la Hoya. I'm different compared to him.
Which offered absolute proof that Pac-Man can still hang on to the fresh blood of the welterweight division.
Oh, down goes Thurman! And let me tell you, that was just a quick punch.
You wanted to prove that you could still do it at 40 years old. Well, you certainly did that here tonight.
It was a great fight, man. You know, I feel like I tested him and I tested myself.
I can say he's heavy-handed, man. Not like other opponent that I faced.
With this new career resurgence owed in part to his return to a more aggressive, fast-paced style of fight that saw him finish Lucas Matisse in the summer of 2018. This was his first KO win in almost a decade. However, at 41 years old and facing not only the elite of the division, but also Father Time, it begs the question, how much longer does this old legend have in the sport?
This is the time that I want to prove that not all 40 years old are over. I mean,
finish their career. So
you're a different kind of 40.
Yeah.
A potential fight with Garcia could provide the answers to that question, with the fight determining if Manny has enough left in the tank to compete with the likes of Spence and Crawford. And with already a fantastic career behind him, what does the Filipino fighting legend have left to prove? Could this be a case of the fighter who doesn't know when to call it quits?
Manny Paquiao with the right hand.
Oh!
That's another knockdown. He's not getting up, Jim. He's not getting up, Jim.
All of these questions will be made clear if the fight with Garcia is made. And if he were to lose, what would be the next for the man who has won so much? Despite being a decade younger, Mikey Garcia finds himself in a similar spot in the welterweight division, needing a few more high-profile victories before he is ready to face the elite of the division. After losing a unanimous decision against the naturally bigger Errol Spence Jr.,
Errol Spence broke down Mikey Garcia. It really was an amazing performance by Errol Spence.
I'm so happy with the performance. You know, I did my best. You know, it just it's a learning experience. You know, he's a good fighter.
Garcia went back to the drawing board. He acclimated to the 147-pound weight, beating Jesse Vargas by using tight forward pressure and punishing combinations to secure a great unanimous decision victory.
Garcia is able to catch him on the way. That's a beautiful 1-2 by Garcia. It's like Vargas is hurt. He is hurt. The way. Garcia with the right hand, and down goes Vargas.
I thought it was a close fight. I think the knockdown made a difference. You know, I underestimated Mikey's timing.
And now he has his sights set on another fighter, one just outside the gates of another unification bout, and one that provides the toughest test of his career. He argues that a win over such a high-profile name would put the division on notice, catapulting him towards a mega fight against either of the American kingpins. Now let's examine the tale of the tape and the style matchup. The age gap between the two fighters is an obvious difference, and the slower reflexes of an older Pac-Man could offer Garcia openings to slow the pace of the fight, but it may not be the advantage Garcia's team think it is. Pacquiao's prime is behind him, but the age difference also offers him his greatest advantage: experience.
Based on my experience, more than 2 decades in the boxing, I experienced all those hardest fight in life.
Pacquiao has stepped into the ring professionally 71 times, winning titles in 8 different divisions against men of all shapes and sizes, and in doing so, he has kept his hand speed and power for the entirety of his career thus far. An example that puts the difference in experience into perspective is that by the time Mikey Garcia was 10 years old, Pacquiao had already fought professionally on 23 separate occasions. The southpaw stance of Pacquiao could be an issue for Garcia, who may struggle to keep his feet on the outside of Manny's fast, blitzing footwork.
I can handle his punches, he's just too fast. Was that basically the story?
I could deal with the power, but it's just his speed.
Likewise, the Filipino's bouncy in and out patterns may prevent the Californian from setting up any big power punches, which could in turn lead him to get reckless or impatient and look to trade shots with the superior combination puncher. The quiet forward pressure of Garcia is one of his best weapons, and he'll need to use his tight guard and clever positioning to prevent the fast counters of Pac-Man. As fantasy matchups go, both parties remain optimistic, with the wider boxing community agreeing that this is the fight to make as a contender matchup.
Against a guy like Pacquiao, who even at 41 still throws a lot of punches, Pacquiao's going to get ahead in that fight.
Me being in the ring, though, with both guys, I would have to say that Manny has an edge.
A win for both fighters would put them in the conversation for a unification bout, though equally a loss for either fighter could be catastrophic for their future in the division.
And new WBO welterweight champion of the world, Timothy
If Manny loses,
God only knows how.
the curtain may finally begin to close as his ability to hang with the new dogs in the yard diminishes. And if Garcia takes his second career defeat, it could signal that perhaps his efforts at the higher weight divisions could be over.
You said that you saw something in him that you were going to be able to maybe take advantage of. What did you see?
No, well, I saw, what I expected, a confident young man, who doesn't want to give up his belt.
That's all right. That's based on one performance. That's okay. That's why I need this fight to prove to everybody that there's a lot more, that Mikey Garcia can accomplish even at welterweight.
Young versus old. Former champion versus former champion. It's certainly a future showdown we'd love to see. One that, should it present itself in the coming 12 months, guarantees fireworks. Baby shark. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. Hey, can somebody get me a diaper? We're wiping out the competition and changing for the better in every Motivedia presentation.